Good evening, everyone.
Howdo.
So I'm a bit out of breath because I've just been to little girl's room. So, so yes, I always try to go before I sit down and do the live stream, and it manages me till afterwards. So we've got two waiting. It's not started up as of yet. So we've got, well, it's 1 minute 40 something at the moment, the ad that's on. Mine's a guitar class one. You know, I don't know the first thing about playing a guitar, but anyway, YouTube seems to think that, hi Richard, how are you? YouTube seems to think that I need guitar classes, so there you go. So, eh?
Richard?
Yeah.
Where?
The most innocent one ever. Oh.
Eh?
Yeah, it says Darwin Digital.
Oh, yeah, no.
Well.
Hello.
It's come up on mine.
No, mine hasn't.
So,
Oh, no, Rich. Can't see you, but hello.
I don't know why it's not come on. I'm most innocent one. So yeah, I'm still waiting for this blooming ad to finish.
Yeah.
Could I say it's you said chop chop, and then you said something about a Squarespace ad, and then yeah, Richard says I all underneath it. So yeah, you need some better glasses by the looks of things.
No, that's to refresh the chat.
Oh, okie dokie. So yes, that answers the question as to why I couldn't see you, because they ended up having to refresh the chat. So, so yeah, so mine's starting up now, I think. So yes, we have lift off. So I've been a little bit busy this afternoon. Pixie's back. Because we've got Joy coming tomorrow and football's on. So I says to Chris, I says, I'm going to have to do the pudding for Sunday lunch today. Because by the time Joy's sort of been and gone and whatever, I'm not going to have much time to do it tomorrow. So I says, I'll do it today. So that's what I've done. I've done the biscuit base and the, you know, the filling and everything for the cheesecake. So all I've got to do, like either Sunday morning, is put some cream on top, put some caramel on top, and put some bits of bananas on. So, but it is the banoffee cheesecake. I didn't vlog it because Chris weren't feeling he were feeling a bit not too clever earlier on. So I says, don't worry about it. I says, I'll vlog it another day. I'm still got 2 that needs uploading. So I says, don't worry too much about it. So I just cracked on with it and done it. And some, as I say, it's in the fridge to set now. So you thought it Wendy's and it made you feel sick.
Let's have a lie down.
Yeah. So, but I made, yesterday I made scones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made some scones yesterday. Because Chris Callum had made some at college. Now, he enjoyed them, apart from one, and I don't think he realised at the time it was a cheese scone. So I says to him, I says, I tell you what, do you want me to make some? So he says, yeah. So I made some yesterday. So I made them yesterday, and then I've done the banoffee cheesecake today. Apart from decoration bits, same as I say. So it does say, you know, leave it in the fridge overnight, or preferably overnight. So I thought, well, I'll make doubly sure it's set, because we're not having it till Sunday anyway. So yeah, but it'll look even yummier when I've done the decoration bit to it.
Huh?
I says, you said it does look yummy. And I said, it'll look even yummier when I've done the decoration bit.
Oh, very good.
Because I've got to drizzle
Don't mention drizzle when Darwin's in.
drizzle some caramel over it, whip some double cream up and put some slices of banana on top. But that's the only thing I've got to do. Can always do that Sunday morning before it's served, let's just say. So and I'll vouch for it tasting nice, because I always sort of like have a little crafty off at spoon before I wash it up. He'll mention drizzle. So yes, so before I put the spoon in the sink or in the bowl.
There she is.
Hey, Bella.
Ballerina.
Hey up, Bella. I had one about playing guitars. I says to Chris, I says, what makes them think that I want to learn to play guitar? So I've just been telling folks I've done the cheesecake bit to the banoffee cheesecake, because we've got Joy and Amelia and Laura coming tomorrow. So I says I'll get it done today. I'm not rushing and racing about getting it done tomorrow. And then all I've got to do Sunday morning is drizzle some caramel on it and pipe some cream and slice some bananas up. Hey, a bird in the hand, Simon. He says, I just popping in to throw a light, can't really hear due to bad connection. Switched to Vodafone a while back and now have problems with, oh dear.
Oh dear, not good.
So, well, having said that, Simon, we on Sky, fibre optic, and we still have problems. Keeps dropping in, when Chris is trying to upload things and upload videos and you name it.
Pretty useless.
So, it's plus as well. I mean, Vodafone or any network, mobile network in this area, it'd be no good, because mobile signal is absolutely crap. Let's just say. And I think it's because of where we're situated, we're like in a dip. So I think that's probably more the location where we are than anything, not saying, I don't care what mobile network you're on. I don't think, it'd be no good for us. I mean, we were on, I'm not too bad, Simon. Is this camera a bit wonky, or is it my laptop? I look like I'm sitting on edge of the sofa. It's just, I'll hang around till it drives me insane. But yeah, we were on the normal Sky. We had a lot of problems. We had about 4 or 5 engineers out, and they thought it was connection to, telephone box thingy majig, and so anyway, ended up.
Hey, we got Thomas.
Hey, hi Thomas, hi Mark, how are you? So yeah, you know, we had no end. We had engineers out 4 or 5 times, changed socketing passage, and they thought it were we've got like now we've got a socket we're built in. What's them things that fit like a filter? So yeah, and initially they charged us 60 quid because BT have to come out. So after about third or fourth time, I rung them up and I says, I think you ought to give me that 60 quid back. I says, because it's still not sorted. I says, and they've been out 4 or 5 times. So basically, that's what they did. They reimbursed me with this. Well, what they did is they just took it off as Sky bill, like a reimbursement, but took it off the next Sky bill. So, and then we went on to this Sky Q and fibre optic broadband, but it's still with, you know, it's still, hi Kate, how are you? It's still not without its problems. You know, all of a sudden, I mean, every now and again, you get a thing up on your connection has dropped. Check this and check that and check other, you know what I mean? And they reckon, you know, fibre optic is one of the fastest going, but yeah, he says so much for modern tech, eh? But you see, this is one of the reasons why we upgraded. We went to fibre optic broadband, we went onto Sky Q because it's supposedly the bee's knees as regards, you know, connections and whatever. Dropped, I think. I mean, the frustrations Chris has had when he's been trying to upload videos, etc. You know, and he's got one of these things on his computer where he can check the speed. You know, and he checks it and he'll say fibre optic, my my rear end, so to speak. You know, it sounds to say it's I don't think it's any different to what we've got before, but yeah, I'm a lot better, Kate. I've still got the pain in my back, but the leg's a little bit better. I think it's easing off a little bit now. You know, it's not as painful. So, and I actually, like last night, normally I lie on my left, but since I've had this problem with, you know, this sciatica or whatever it is in my left hand side, I've been having to lay on the other side, but I actually thought a bit bullet and lay on my left side last night, and it were okay. I had to do a little bit of, you know, sort of jiggering about, you know, getting my leg right, so that were okay, and you know what I mean. But I eventually settled down, and supposed to be 34 megabyte and no lower. We got told then when you ring up, they now say it's 34.
34
out the box. Yeah.
Vita's a lot better with them, though. The other thing is, what they would have matched price. Oh.
But you see, this is the thing as well. His mum and dad are in a very rural area. Now, the only one that they could get was Sky, but they have now got Virgin. And I says, well, I says, your mum and dad are out in sticks and can get Virgin, but we sort of very close to town centre and we can't get it because Chris has always preferred Virgin over Sky. So, and he says, well, basically, if we could get Virgin in this area, I'd swap to it tomorrow. But no, you know, when it's but it's supposedly all about the, you know, underground, you know, underground cables or whatever. So the same as I said to Chris, how come your mum and dad can get it out it sticks, out it middle of nowhere, yet we can't?
It's useless.
You know what I mean? You know, when we see all these advertisements about, you know, coming to your area soon, they've been saying that for about last 4 or 5 years. We can't get Virgin. You know, Chris has said
if we change network to Virgin,
yeah,
it's going to be the same stuff that's coming out at live anyway, isn't it?
But yeah, same as I say, what is your upload speed?
8 megabyte.
Chris says about 8 megabyte. I mean, that don't mean no to me.
It should be 10 megabytes, but it's roughly about 8.
Oh.
The upload speed when you're uploading stuff to the internet. Not taking it off the internet.
Kate says what's download speed? I don't know.
Well, it could be anything from 2 megabytes to 40 megabytes. I don't know.
It all depends which way wind blows around here.
I could walk faster than our bloody internet.
Pardon me. I mean, like some days, like let's say he's been out filming or whatever, or you know, do a baking vlog. It, same as I say, from my opinion, it depends which way wind's blowing, because some, you know, you can, you know, do it like that, and then another day, Chris will keep saying, "Oh, it's going on my nerves," you know. So, you know.
Have you got a
yes, yeah. Chris has.
Hang on, I'll go on it now.
Yeah.
If it loads up. I've got another app on the go, so it might not be very good.
But you see another thing as well is we've got like a mini box up in our bedroom as well, which sometimes they say to reset modem, it sort of cleans it back.
We don't reset it.
Yeah, we've done everything from resetting it, unplugging it, plugging it back in again, turning it off and turning it back on again, unplugging all leads, plugging them all back in again. So same as I was saying, since we moved in here, we've always had like a second box up in our bedroom. We've got a telly in our bedroom. So when we went on to the I'm also stuck on the beta version of YouTube, which is quite slow. So anyway, as I was saying, when we upgraded to this Sky Q, because when we had all this trouble, we we had to have engineer out about 5 times. Chris says to them at Sky, he says, "Look," he says, "you either fix it or we're going out somewhere else." So she says, "Oh no," she says, "I'll look for a better deal for you." So at the time, we'd got Sky Cinema, hadn't we? Like the film channel and the kids programs. Well, obviously Callum's. Hiya, Mike. How are you? At the time, same as we said, what's point in having kids programs when Callum's not a kid anymore? So we knocked the Sky Cinema off, blah blah blah, and they come back and they says, "Well, actually, you've had this old Sky box for so many. You're basically out of contract." So this says, "Hang on a minute, we'll go and see what we can do." So basically, we upgraded to Sky Q, but we knocked the Sky Cinema off, and we knocked the kids' programs off, and they come back, and it were actually cheaper than what we were paying before. So basically, plus we'd always had, I think it was like a tenner extra a month for this second box upstairs. So when we upgraded to Sky Q, the box upstairs, you could just basically just watch programs on it. but we're upgrading to Sky Q. The box that we've got upstairs now will record like this one down here does. Say like let's say for instance, there's something on Sky Sports that Chris wants to record. He can record it on that box upstairs. So, you know, and it's cheaper than what we were paying before. But you know, it's
25 megabyte now.
25.
Yeah, 6 megabytes upload speed.
Yeah, because we went on 5, because we run like normal broadband, and we're on the normal sorry, I've got an itch on back of my neck. We're on the normal broadband or the broadband router, plus we're on the normal ordinary Sky box. And when we had all this problem, somebody says, well, you know, they guarantee you this speed and they guarantee you that speed if you go on fibre. So that was first thing that we changed. And then when we were moaning about price and whatever, but you see, the thing is, Darwin, Sky also rent off BT as well. And that's why when we had the engineer out, the engineer from BT had to come out. So, and that's hence the reason why they charged us 60, I don't know, about £63, I think it were at the time. But it took them about 4 or 5 visits, plus going on to to fibre, plus going on to Sky Q, before they said, well, look, sorry you're having these problems. As a gesture of goodwill, we'll refund you that, you know, what we were charging you for BT engineer to come out, we'll sort of take that off your next bill, so to speak. So they even went as far as, you know, that the telephone wire from the house to the telegraph pole, they even sort of rewired that. They went to the box, which were like at the time in Midler, they were building flats or whatever. So they even went as far as moving it out one slot into another to try and rectify the problem. And it still weren't rectifying it. So basically, off his own bat, we went out and bought this, like this lead or something. I forget what it were now. From the telephone like socket in the passage to us as box, and we rectified it itself, because as soon as we did that, it were right. And I'll tell you another thing what were happening as well. When the internet was on, as soon as the phone rang, it was shutting internet off. So obviously, you know, we'd sort of said it's got something to do with it's the phone line, you know. So basically, some, as I say, off his own bat, the lead from the telephone socket in there to the router, we went out and bought a new one. Hiya, Caroline. How are you? Caroline, should I say?
Oh no, Caroline.
5 years of discount talk, their fault. We're affected by the cyber attack. Can you remember that? Yeah. Yeah, because weren't details linked to something. So anyway, same as I say, you know, the amount of problems that we had, and it was just through us going out and getting this different lead from the plug socket in there to the back of the modem, and we sorted it ourselves. So this is sort of why we went off on one with Sky, and we says, look, engineer's been out 4 or 5 times. The problem, they never solved the problem, but we've gone out and bought one of these leads and it's rectified it. So in actual fact, we've rectified it ourselves. So that's sort of when I says, well, you know, you've been more use than ornament. Basically, you know, we've had enough. You've just give it run around, charging us whatever for engineer to come out. We're going somewhere else. But you see, the thing is, Darwin, the nearest cabinet to us, I mean, at the time, I mean, they're built now, but at the time, it was smack bang in the middle of a construction site. When they were building they were like, I don't know, flats.
Yeah, they're flats at top road, weren't they?
Yeah.
Right
So,
the side of the state.
So it's sort of a bit that way, but it's not all that far away. But there again, same as I say, we live in a dip. So, you know, as regards mobile signal, you know, we ain't worst place possible. But anyway, same as I say, we got it sorted eventually. And when we went on this Sky Q and Sky Fibre, it were actually cheaper than it were previous to that. So, but yeah, you know, they'd done this test on it and that test on it, and they kept saying, oh well, everything seems, you know, this test I've done, you know, there don't seem to be anything wrong. They were more or less saying that they couldn't find anything wrong. You know, it were obvious that there were something wrong, but they just couldn't find it. Oh, you used to get 80 download and 20 upload. Oh dear, did you say you living in a dip or you live with a trip? Oh dear. But yeah, well, you know where sort of land lies where we are, Bella. We are in a bit of a dip. So the actual mobile signal is absolutely crap. But yeah, Chris did say, he says, the minute that, you know, we get a notification or we get, you know, leaflets or whatever through the door saying, you know, the Naja Virgin in your area, he says, I'll be there like a shot. Because Chris has always preferred Virgin to, this is another thing. You know, when we had all that torrential rain, you know, a bit of rain or a bit of snow, and Sky goes off. I mean, you ain't got that with Virgin because you don't have to have a dish, do you? You know, and it's when it were like torrential rain, you get, you know, I'm sorry, but your receiver isn't receiving a signal. There we go again, Chris said. You know, it's ridiculous. Where were it? Where we had to use that to go and get brush snow off it.
I
don't know. I can't remember.
Got brush knocking it off.
Yeah. But they were. I couldn't say. I can't remember where we lived. But yeah, any sort of little bit of snow, and Chris used to have to go out and get yard brush and brush it off at dish. Yeah, Virgin are the best, but they have crap customer services. But you know, and I often said to Chris, I says, well, if anybody asks you, you know, signal's crap and you try to get a better signal. Hey, we've got Wakey in.
Wakey.
So, you know, I mean, it were a bit ridiculous, like, but I says to Chris, I says, well, if anybody asks you what you're doing, I says, you just, you know, you find that you find that if you stand outside with a brush, it gets a stronger signal, some stuff like that. But yeah. And I says to Chris, I says, they've got me something better than this. I says, when every 5 minutes you're having to go out, I says, with blooming sweeping brush, I says, to sweep snow off it dish. You know, but there again, the advantage that we've got here is the dish is not on the front, it's on the back. So it is sort of pretty shielded. You know what I mean? I think it's like a long pole, so it's higher up. I think that's what it means. But yeah, you know, it's not too bad where we are now because the dish is round the back. Terrible connection. He's having a bit of a job of it because he's on Vodafone.
He's having a bit of a Sky moment.
Yeah. And that's what got us talking about Sky and whatever. You know, because Simon said that you know, he was having connection problems. So I thought I got some more coffee then, and I hadn't. I've drunk it all. So yeah. Oh dear, that minute, that when you think you've got some it says, no, Simon, that's how it always in here. I don't know what you're saying, Wakey. But yeah, we've known Simon ages, haven't we? You know, and then he sort of he dropped off at face of earth for a bit, and now he's back again. So, but yeah, Simon, you know, I mean, I sort of started doing a coffee morning 5 days a week, starting at 10 a.m. in morning, and then it dropped off a bit. So I decided it was going a bit too much for me. So I went Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then that dropped off as well because it was so early in the morning. I decided to change it up and go live in the evenings. So wake it, weren't me? Oh dear. I used to use one with CB radio, could reach miles. Yeah. So yeah, so this is sort of the new time slot, 9 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, depending on you know, wealth wise, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and everybody said that the evenings is a lot better. You see, when I used to go live at 10 o'clock of the morning, I have quite a few like American people coming in, and obviously it's very early in the morning for them. So I think Simon was my 4th or 5th subscriber a long time ago. Well, you see, I mean, I've been doing YouTube 3 years in about June, July, and I've sort of known Simon since then, if you know what I mean. So so yeah, you know, it's I think we've sort of got that in common. You know, we've known Simon for quite a while. I tell you who we don't see very often now that used to come in Christmas when they were live streaming. Whaley Bird, I know he's uploaded and whatever. About same for me, lass. But yeah, I mean, Whaley Bird, I've seen him uploading. But he's another one that sort of went for a bit, and you know, he used to come in quite a lot of people's live streams, but you don't see so much of him around either. Who's that Scottish bloke? I forgot now. Jager Scott, that's it, Jager Scott.
Yeah.
So, oh, you were thinking of Choppers? No, a bird in the hand is Simon. I think it's. Don't you live in Cornwall, Simon? But he's like, yeah, I've sort of known him ever since or before I started YouTubing. So yeah, you know, some as I say, it'll be 3 years this year. I've been on YouTube, and I've sort of known Simon from the get go. We see is a droner, Bella. Who's got a big chopper. Oh yeah. Well, you see, when choppers used to come in, he weren't working then, but he works now, and he works a lot of hours according to you know what. When did we last speak to him?
A couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. I know it works in like a recycling plant, I think. So he does work very, very long hours. He did say it was him telling him they found cancer in his eye, I think, weren't it? Were it in his eye? Say? I says last time we spoke to him on here, he was saying that he'd had cancer in his eye.
Yeah,
in his eye.
Cleared up now.
Yeah, but he's okay. He's got the all clear and everything. Yeah, Choppers rules. But yeah, it don't very often come in. But the last time he were in, I think it was just before Christmas. I'm not sure. Don't sort of quote me on time period, but I know he came in and they were saying that he'd had this operation on his eye. They'd found cancer, and he were waiting for his results. And then he came back sort of a week or so later, and we says, are you gone on? And he says, I've had all clear. So obviously the operation that he had must have caught it all. So Brint it funny, Wakey. One way or another, we all sort of mix in same circles, if you know what I mean. And I was just about to explain to Bella why a bird in the hand is called a bird in the hand. It's because he's a droner, and you know they're talking about drones, a bird in the hand. So there you are. There's the explanation behind Simon's channel name. Yeah, scary, ain't it? But yeah, you know, I mean, it's amazing how we know a lot of the same people. So and the thing is, Wakey's been coming here for quite a while, and he only lives up road. Well, not quite literally up the road, but not far away anyway.
You know, it'll be right every
You know, I use the you know the phrase just up the road, figuratively speaking, not far away. Not that he only lives up the road. But you know, and I always say to Bella, as everyone knows, me and Bella are like sisters, and you know, sisters from another mister. And you know, I always say, I thank God that I went on YouTube and that I found Bella, because she is like a sister from another mister. Yeah. You know, and as everyone knows, the backstory behind me starting YouTube. What Bella is that? Oh God, I'd never be up in time. I'd never be up at that time anyway. He says Choppers is live at 6 a.m. in the morning UK time. Yeah. That's why we don't go in there. It's too early.
I might do tomorrow morning.
I'm just laughing at Chris. God help me with me and Baz with them too. But oh dear. You see, there's another big coincidence with me and Bella, and I don't know whether I'm allowed to say. Am I allowed to say, Bella?
How does she know what you're going to say?
She knows. She knows me. Trust me. So, am I allowed to tell the people what is the big thing that we have in common? No. Well, I'll not say it then.
I know what it is.
Yeah, Chris has clicked on eventually. Factory I used to work at, a woman went on holiday for 2 weeks to Yugoslavia. Nude beaches. 2 days before she came back, someone had posted photos of her on all the notice boards. She says, no, you can. Right. Not a lot of people know this, but...
Well, over 1,000 people will there.
Bella is a nickname that her grandmother gave her. And Bella isn't actually a real name. She's actually got the same first name as me. So there you go. So not only are we best friends, we've also got the same name. You see, I says to her, I says, well, how come everybody calls you Bella? And she says, her grandmother is like part Italian, or she were Italian, and she always used to call her Bella Bella. What, Dave? So yes, so Bella isn't actually a name. She's got the same first name as me. So yes. So not only are we sort of best friends, we've got the name in common. You know, we're very much alike, and that's why we get on so well, because because we've got that connection, if you know what I mean. And I often said to Chris, think if I am to, it's like if I hadn't lost my mum, I want to start a YouTube. If I hadn't started YouTube, I want to meet Bella. You know what I mean? It's like, and when people say, oh, well, it's only YouTube, you can't make real friends off of YouTube, you can. Dave equals Jeanette Simon. he's having to explain to Simon. Oh dear. So yeah.
We're calling everybody Dave now, then, are we?
But I still refer to her as Bella because I've always known her as Bella.
I shall never be Jeanette to me.
So and that's what we've always said to Bella. Even though her name is Jeanette, we've always known her as Bella, and we always refer to her as Bella. Oh dear, Ian Matthews. So he says, yes, it's Jeanette in a negligee. Damn, it's not. It's my red and white stripy shirt. This is confusing. The chat is 5 minutes ahead of the stream. So you're seeing the chat, and then about 5 minutes later, you're getting the gist of it. You'll have to rewatch it, Simon, and then you get the full story. Oh, dear me. But you see, that's what you get with being on a mobile network. You can never rely on it. My wife now.
Who was that? What?
Wakey.
My wife, Jeanette. No.
Is your wife named Jeanette as well? or Dave. I didn't like that one. Oh dear. Oh, sorry about that, Wakey.
Right, Wakey can't hear you anyway.
Oh, Ian says, "Oh my God, your laugh is infectious." I hope not. Well, I'll tell you. I'll let you in on a secret now, Ian. My mum always used to say I'd got a dirty laugh. I mean, I don't know what a dirty laugh sounds like, but my mum always used to say, "God, you and I've got a dirty laugh." Hey, we've got Amjad.
Amjad's in here.
So, you know, I mean, Google it and see what a dirty laugh is. I mean, I don't know what a dirty laugh is. Not got enough infections. Yeah, me and you both. I mean, I know I shouldn't make light of the subject, but this new virus called, well, I don't know, wherever it's called, from China. Oh, it's dirty, believe me. I says we were watching, I think it was Sky News or something, and it ran about this new virus thing from China. There's been reports on it in Germany, in France, and you know, how long will it be before it's when you Google dirty laugh, your YouTube live stream comes up. So as a joke, I says to Chris, I says, don't worry. I says, I'll be going that next. I says, I seem to get everything else. You know what I mean? I know I shouldn't, you know, I shouldn't joke about it, but it'd be just my luck that, you know, I'd be one that gets it.
Yeah, Scotland's got 4 on it.
Are they?
Yeah, you told me the other day.
Did I?
Yesterday. 4.
Pandemic. Hey up. Oh, I'm back again. I'm still live. It's all right. It went off then for a minute. So yeah, you know, it's, you know, it's not long before this pandemic hits the UK. I mean, it's been, you know, I didn't press anything. It just sort of went and then come back on again. You see, it's because we've been talking about Rooty, you see. You see what Ian's put.
I'm a first aider.
But yeah, I mean, it's just been my luck that I'll be one of the people that get it. You know, even though I sort of I don't very often leave arse or anything, but you know, you can bet your bottom dollar on it that it'll make its way to me. I didn't touch anything, Wakey. Stop blaming me when it weren't me. I didn't do anything.
It weren't me.
Yeah, I'm using your phrase now. It weren't me. Did you see what Bella's put? There's a shadow palette called Naked. I googled it. I've never googled since.
I bet you were on the pages of the mail department for about 5 hours or.
He says it weren't definitely weren't me. But you see, this is a thing. Somebody told Chris once, Google, what were it? Blue waffles? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it were a bit of a dodgy site, let's just say. And he says, if anybody tells me to Google blue waffles again, he says, tell them no. Yeah. But yeah, you know, it's all right, Amjad. We were just talking about Sky, and you know, we're on Sky Fibre, and it's a bit temperamental. I think, you know, that just proved it. You know, it is very temperamental. So yeah, you know, I don't know, you know, what happened there. It just sort of went and then it come back. So you know, I didn't touch anything. So you haven't had Sky for 8 years now. But you see, Chris, the only reason, well, part of the reason is because obviously, you know, Chris likes his football and we have got the sports package only for the fact that they like the football and they like to watch the matches. All these photos came up. It's over in the corner, Karate.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Yes, he ain't far away. So, but yeah, I mean, don't ever sort of Google anything to do with naked in future, Bella. You know, lesson learned, so to speak. So, so yeah, anything to do with naked, don't Google it.
Unless you want things told.
He says, I've got some matches he can watch, Bryant and May. So, but yes, he has got how can I put it? Certain websites that you can watch the match on that's sort of not 100%, you know, it's not 100% legal, I don't think. But anyway, even if sort of Sky Sports is not televising it, it can get away around it. Baz is in. Hiya, Baz. So, so yeah. I miss Vanessa. Sorry, Vanessa. I do apologise. How are you, Vanessa? Hi, Mrs. Jeanette. It's called Sarcasm Beauty. We all know who's the most powerful Mrs. P. Oh dear. But I'm not saying it. I mean, me and Chris had that conversation this afternoon. I say jump and he says how I. But you know, we'll move swiftly on from that. So I have actually made, you know, I mean, a lot of you weren't in when I first went. Chris jump. I have made the banoffee cheesecake. So because we've got Joy, Amelia, and Laura coming tomorrow. What about Babe Station? I don't think it's even on. Well, but anyway, Bass fought. That's about right, Bella. Bass says jump and I say off. But you know, same as I say, we Joy and Amelia and Laura coming tomorrow. Hiya, Joe. How are you? I thought, well, I'm probably not going to have time to get it done tomorrow. Yeah, I could have probably done it in the afternoon, but Joy's not coming till about 1 o'clock. So I says, well, I'll do it today. I've done the, you know, the biscuit base, and you have to chop the bananas up and like fry them lightly in butter, put them on over the biscuit base, and then you make your cheesecake bit up. So I've done all that. It does say like leaving fridge for at least 4 hours or preferably overnight. How far you'll live from Liverpool? Well, Bella and DJ Ian live at Skip the Jump away, but we're about an hour and a half away.
Depending on traffic.
Yeah, depending on traffic. But yeah, put your foot down, Pixie. Go get her all the ingredients for lemon drizzle cake from. Well, you see, I was talking to Bella earlier on, and I says, "Hang on a minute." I says, "Chris, is nipping to Asda because I need like biscuits and whatever for the cheesecake." So, it's still up, Bella. Amazingly. She says, "Yeah, Chris, how's that curtain rail going?" Yes, amazingly, it is actually still up. So, but it's it's what I call teetering on the edge, if you know what I mean. Who mentioned lemon drizzle? Nobody mentioned lemon drizzle. Wakey did. So yes, I've sort of done the majority of the banoffee cheesecake today. Only thing I've got to do Sunday morning is drizzle some caramel on it and whip cream up and chop another banana. Yeah, only because you're careful with it. So yes, it is that this is what I'm saying. It is still up, but teetering on the edge, and it's only still up because he's very careful with it. I love lemon and white chocolate muffins. Co-op, do it. Ooh. Bella says blue tack strong stuff then. Oh, I'm on the way to yours Sunday, Mrs. Jeanette. So there you go. But you know, it's majority of it's done. Only thing I've got to do Sunday morning is whip the double cream, drizzle some caramel on, and slice the banana up. I'm out Sunday then. Oh dear me. But yeah, I think only reason why it's still up, Bella, is because he closes the curtain very carefully. It is actually the dessert for after a Sunday lunch. So as I say, I made jam roll it like for past few weeks. I've been doing like warm puddings, as we call them. But I says to Chris, says, I seen this recipe for banoffee cheesecake, and I thought, I'm gonna have a go. So basically, you do your biscuit base, you chop your 4 bananas up, put a knob of butter in a frying pan, and then you sort of lightly fry them in with Pixie and drizzle the cream over him instead. Okay then, Simon, I'll see you in a bit. I know I can feel your pain, you know, the frustrations and everything with your internet. So yeah. But I sort of never heard of actually frying banana. So, you know, it just says put a knob of butter in a frying pan, let it melt, and then add your bananas until they sort of brown. So I did that. I got the biscuit base back out the fridge, tip the bananas into the on top of the biscuits, and then you do, you know, you do your, you know, your cheesecake filling. You know what I mean? And then put that on top of that. So, oh, and you put caramel. I use that carnation caramel sauce thing. You put that in. Well, you whip your cream. Add icing sugar to your cream cheese. Then add the three together, and then you just put your caramel sauce in and just mix it all up. So, I mean, Chris, you know, take my word for it. Chris has seen it and he says, oh, he says, that looks nice. I says, well, it'll look even better when it's finished off Sunday. I didn't vlog it because Chris weren't feeling too clever. So, you know, I says, I can always make it again. Now I know what I'm doing. Sometimes if they're a bit on difficult side, I can, you know, I like to make them before I vlog them, so I know what I'm doing, so to speak. Will it work with gherkins? Oh dear. I don't think it'll taste the same, to be quite honest. But it is, it does look quite nice, even though it's sort of just plain at the moment. Sorry, not got a cheesecake. So, is that something that Mr. Basil likes then? Do you like the idea of a banoffee cheesecake?
He might like it, but he's not having it.
Oh dear. I made scones yesterday. Well, normally when I make scones, I make these, I use like a small cutter. So I says to Chris yesterday, I whip the dough up for the scones, and I said to Chris, I says, well, only problem being when you use a small cutter, it says shut it you in the corner. Yeah, Wakey says better get there Saturday while Pixie is at football. So yeah, normally I'd use a smaller cutter, but same as I said to Chris, the other problem being is with a smaller cutter, one bite and it's gone. So I says, I'm going to use a bit big. I says, it might not make as many, but I says, at least you'll be able to taste them. So I did use a bigger cutter and it only made 6. So, but Chris will tell you, there were a lot. There were a lot. I mean, if you seen the pictures, you'll see what I mean. They were quite deep and quite big. So I'll take your word for it, Wakey. It says my gob ain't that big. But you know, it's like the smaller cutter you use, you know, it's like a mouthful and they're gone. So they'd only just come out the oven, and Callum says, Mum, can I have one of them scones yet? And I went, Callum, I says, they'll be red hot. I says, they've only just come out the oven. He couldn't wait for them to cool down. Callum couldn't. You know, it was chomping at the bit, so to speak. Oh, one, because I only made 6. That they're yours and Callum's.
What's that? They're both mine. Well,
no, they're not both yours. One's yours and one's Callum's.
All right, I'll save them off.
Did you send them scones? Send them where?
Into space. Space cones, part 1.
So Callum's coming down now. He'll about want it. So yes, so they went down a tree. Same as I say, I only made 6 because I made them bigger. Now, if I'd have used a smaller cutter, I'd have probably got more out of them. But he's not that. He's just come out his bedroom. Baz says hi, Callum. So
good evening.
Your dad's having his last scone.
I'm having it. What about last scone?
There's 2 left, and there's one yours and one your dad's. You're getting a bit too thin now, mate.
What do you mean?
You're losing too much weight.
That's good.
Well, I know it ain't, but you don't want to lose too much. You're forgetting you're 6 foot odd tall.
I know.
It's buffering again.
Oh,
go on, Bennett. We'll never eat last on it. It's all right if you're wondering what he's referring to. Sheffield Wednesday's playing tonight, and he says they've won 2-0. I says, oh God, you'll never eat last of it. Baz says, Callum, kick your dad for me, mate. So yeah. Chris is force feed him some of meat and tetty pie. I won't have to force feed him because that's one of his favourites. So yeah. And I keep saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. And
good evening.
So we're talking about Callum. He's lost quite a bit of weight, and I think he's
not lost a lot.
You have lost a lot.
Not a lot. Not like I've gone skinny.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got a right belly on you before.
Yeah, no, it's just because I look skinny.
It's all the exercise.
Yeah, it's just because
you're looking more svelte. Let's just say. Wakey says, "Hey up, Callum."
Who?
Wakey.
I thought you were messing around.
No, Amjad says, "Hi, Callum."
Hello, Amjad.
It's all right. We're just debating because he has since he started walking there and back to college. It's not all that far, but Chris only picks him up or he only texts him when it's raining. Bella says, you have lost a lot, you handsome sod. But I mean, I've seen him, he's got like a overhanging belly, Bella, but he ain't got that now. All his trousers is falling down. It's the old adage, the piece of string as a belt. You know what I mean? Everything. His pajamas is falling down. His trousers is falling down.
Everything.
He's got to get him a pack of Mac. But he's lost the belly. If you understand what I'm saying, he's lost the belly. Yeah, I'll just take camera around. It's all right. I'm just.
You're looking at me. Oh God.
I went a bit far then.
Yeah, you went a bit far.
I got. Do you see what I'm saying? For God's sake, Callum, hold your trousers up because if they fall down.
They're not gonna fall down.
Hiya, Joe. Can you see what I mean? Is really sort of.
I'm not really overweight anymore.
Well, no, he's not overweight anymore, but he's lost that belly.
That's good.
Baz says, Lurky dance. He can't because he's got to hold his trousers up, Baz. He's sort of doing it. Yeah, sort of. He says, I'm sort of doing it.
Getting skinny.
He has to be a bit careful because his pajamas are a bit too big for him now. So if he does it a bit too vigorously, you might see more than you anticipated.
I take about 3 steps and start falling down.
Yeah, the reason why I was wondering how far you live from Liverpool was because there is a Pokemon Go event in Liverpool. Oh. So yeah, I mean, it's more closer to Beauty on a Budget and DJ Ian, but Liverpool's probably about an hour and a half away from us, or depending on. Okay, then, Amjad. So it's a bit further away from us, but Bella and DJ Ian sort of don't live far away from.
What
Liverpool.
have you made today then?
What's in fridge?
I know, I've seen it.
It's banoffee cheesecake.
Oh,
I have finished it off. Okay then, Bella, I'll see you later. But same from me. Yeah, I think like Liverpool, because you see on way to Bella's, you see signs for Liverpool and whatever. So I know it's roughly about, because you see there's also Manchester as well. Hiya, Carla, how are you? All depends if Chris is driving. But yeah, I'd say roughly about an hour and a half, something to that effect. I've never been to Liverpool, actually. Never been to Manchester either. I've been to Birmingham. But I've never actually been to Liverpool or Manchester. So I've not been many places. So been there. What, Birmingham?
I'm not used to being skinny.
I know. So let me just show everybody.
I'm going to say you're showing.
I'm going to nick your scones.
So that's Chris's scone.
Mine's
But it's just
jammed up.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
I prefer Liverpool to Manchester for shopping. So there you go, guys. That's the scone I made. I didn't hold it up too high because it might slide off it.
Because because I've died of starvation.
Yeah. But same as I say, I've never been to either. I've never been to Liverpool or Manchester.
I know why I'm getting really skinny.
Why?
Because I'm walking up that hill.
But yeah, he's just said, he says, I know why I'm getting it's because you're getting more exercise now. But
yeah, but you can't get fish and chips on eBay, can you?
Yeah, you know, we've got Meadowhall, but we never go there either because it's too busy for me, and I can't get about.
Well, you ain't Meadowhall.
Well, the shop you like it better. All is game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Baz is taking me to Liverpool. Joe says you and Pixie need to go to Liverpool and do a video there. I want to see the strawberry fields from the Beatles song.
We're at Anfield.
Oh dear. But yes, safe to say that they're both enjoying the scones. So I might probably have to make some more. So you see, I'm just saying, because I made them with a bigger cutter, that's why it only made 6.
Still nice.
I mean, they're better that size, aren't they? To like small ones, aren't they?
Big ones,
yeah.
These ones.
Yeah, you get like them small ones. You know, you only get a mouthful and that's it, isn't it?
That's why I like
it's the only time Chris is quiet. Baz knows you too well, baby.
Too right.
But yeah, you know, I was just saying, the same as I say, I just said to Callum, you know, this consensus is that they're a lot better using the bigger cutter. Yeah, it only makes 6, but it's Saturday tomorrow, not Sunday.
Well, if whoever's reading that tomorrow, then
well, there's an easy solution to that, Wakey. You just double ingredients. You know, that's Oh, Joe wants us to go all out, Shant. He says, go to Manchester and get a quick video of Pixie kicking one of the Royal Guards into Manchester. That's London, isn't it?
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Unless we've got some up there.
But yeah, I mean, there's an easy solution to that, Wakey. It's just like double the ingredients. But I weren't sure. We're a bit of a trial and error thing, if you know what I mean. And we're using a bigger cutter. It only made 6. So like next time, I'll probably use double ingredients, so it makes more than 6. Now I know they prefer these bigger scones and the smaller ones.
Probably 8.
He's put, oh, you go to London to do that. But yeah, the Royal Guards is at London. Outside Buckingham. Is it outside? But it's a long time ago since I were at London as well. Even though I have been to London, it's a long time ago.
Probably at Buckingham Palace.
So
or outside.
Yeah, but yeah, it's same, you know, like in baking as it is, you know, you have to, it's trial and error, and that's basically why I made this banoffee cheesecake, because I weren't sure about frying the bananas. Buckingham House, yeah, I know what that means. But anyway, so as I say, that's why I made the cheesecake. Well, another reason why I made cheesecake today was I weren't sure about frying the bananas. So, you know, I thought, well, I'll give it a go. You know what I mean? I think it's because it's a no-bake cheesecake, obviously, the bananas would be a bit hard. So I think that's probably why they say fry the bananas. Oh, so anyway, same as I say, hey, we've got Gordo in. Time to call this.
Yeah.
Now.
But yeah, so it's like I always, if I'm not sure about, he's watching his trousers up again. If I'm not sure about something, I always try to have a trial run, if you know what I mean. With, you know, with some of them, if there's something I'm not sure about, I always like to make it beforehand.
I take about 3 steps before they go down.
You need some new clothes and some new pajamas now. You're a Slim Jim.
Yep.
I know. You just need to get it toned up now.
Strong.
So,
not quite yet.
But anyway, it's looking nice. Hey, fry some banana slices and use those as the crust for the no bake cheese. Well, you see, I've already done it, Joe. What I've done is,
sorry, I'm interrupting.
see it morning, mate.
Good day, everybody.
I've used digestive biscuits for the base. I chopped 4 bananas up and fried them, put them in the base, and then you make the cheesecake bit. Oh, I'll let you off then, Gordo. Wakey says night, kiddo.
Good night, Wakey. I'll be wake to rise and shine in the morning.
So yeah, I've done a digestive biscuit base, fried the bananas, put them in the base, and then I've done the you know, the cream cheese and icing sugar and whipped cream and caramel sauce. It's in the fridge as we speak. You know, it's got, well, it does say overnight, but we're not having it till Sunday, so because we've got visitors coming tomorrow. Darwin says I've got a 6-packet in the fridge.
Really?
Yeah, he says I've got a 6 packets in the fridge. So
Well, that's because when you were saying the only needs has a 6-pack, I says, all right, I'll send it to Asda tomorrow.
So yeah, so it's all ready. Only thing I've got to do Sunday morning is drizzle it with caramel, pipe some cream on it, and slice another banana up. So that's it. Just decoration, really. So it's all done and dusted.
Why is Lucy?
Lucy's behind you.
Oh.
You know.
So it takes about 10 hours saying goodnight to all cats and everything.
24 hours.
Wakey says, I used to have a 6-pack until I discovered bacon butties. Well, you see, yeah, well, same as I say, I weren't too sure about it. I were going to vlog it, and then I thought, well, I'm not too sure about frying bananas. So, but they come out all right. Baz says, night, Callum.
Good night, Baz.
When he eventually gets there, Baz. So yeah, but same as I say, they come out all right, and it's I suppose it's so you're not like cutting into basically hard bananas, so it softens them up a bit and.
Okay.
Yeah, right. No. Got a friend, my co-host. They used to do deep fried Mars bars once upon a time, but it's only the same sort of thing, is it? A bit cold, Benny. You've been outside.
Well, yeah, he's been out. Of course, he's gonna be.
They batter them in Indian restaurants. Arnie Longbottom.
Huh?
Arnie Longbottom.
Money, buddy. He's looking at you.
Oh dear.
He wants you to stroke it.
I know. If I move my hand, he'll fall off.
He'll come on you for about 5 minutes and then ditch you.
Yeah. But yeah, I've heard of battered Mars bars, but they sort of come in fashion a bit and then disappeared, didn't they? You know, I don't like chocolate bars that are coated in batter. You know, bought you some fleece to warm up. You're not a flea bag, are you?
Was that about Benny?
Yeah, I've got a tool for that because I comb him like this. So Chris has got his little comb. What he
uses on Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Before
actually.
they all jump on it.
Yeah. So yeah, they do get groomed quite regularly. So I can assure you there ain't no fleas. His eyes is green, Joey. Got green eyes. This is Benny.
And
This is the OB of the Pickering household. He's 9 this year. So yeah, he's got green eyes. I'll try and turn him round. He says got one similar for Nell, but she prefers being hoovered. Good to see your eyes, Benny. Look. Here, look. You see? See your eyes, look. Open your eyes. Fangy. Oh, he don't like. Oh, he's drooled all down my hand.
it's drizzled.
He says, right, that's it. I'm off if my mother's.
I've got drizzle and the bloody gulgles come up. Drizzle is a light liquid.
It's called the Ferminator. Ooh. So as I say, we've got two. I've got this one. It's quite a big one. But Chris has also got one that's more like a comb, like got a handle on it, if you know what I mean. It does trick.
I'm Jab's back.
Yeah. I bet he's been doing his
Premiere.
yeah, his premiere.
I bet.
So you see, Benny will lie on me and he'll let me comb him forever and a day. But I won't dare go near Lucy because she'd bite me and scratch me to death. So when Lucy goes on Chris, he gets coma. So they all sort of groomed on a daily basis. So yeah, you know, because we sort of do groom them on a daily basis. They've got gorgeous coats. Oh, today's premiere was my top 5 favourite Joe Malone copycat products. Oh,
No.
Will you do me a favour, sweetheart?
No.
Only call him sweetheart when I want something. Will you
after?
make me some juice in that bottle, please?
I could do next week. I'll check my diary.
So yeah, so you know, we sort of give them a treatment every about 12 weeks. But sort of in between treatments, we always make
It's called chucking them outside.
Oh, you are cruel. So yeah, in between, we do like to groom them, you know, brush them a lot. Under this, I says, I thought you said to me, do me a favour. No. We did have to Benny one day, though, didn't we? Because he come in and he were sludged up to eyeballs.
God,
I don't know what he'd been doing, but that is the only time we've ever bathed him. And I don't know whether he'd been rolling in car muck or whatever he were doing, but it was absolutely from head to toe, and there were a bit of a stench. So basically, we just put him straight in bath. So, but if it had been Lucy, it would have been no way, Jose. But it's a good job, but it were Benny, because he's the placid one. He'll let you do anything. You know, and he's sort of one of these cats. He'll let you know when he's had enough. But yeah, I don't know whether he'd been rolling in car muck or what it were. And I says to Chris, I says, I'm pouring him straight in bath. I run some water in the bath, and we got sort of like a hand shower head type thing. I just rinsed the majority of the muck off, let the plug out the bath, filled it up again, and just like basically, you know, rinsed him off that way. So, but that was the only time, and that were only because he were like cake from it, and I think it was car muck. Well, I were going to say car shit, but anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that is the only time we've ever bathed them. Or bathed one of them. So yeah. And even though he's really placid, he didn't like it at all. So it sort of needs must, so to speak, if you know what I mean. It was a necessity. I weren't having him rubbing car muck all up place and whatever. So yeah, it's something I wouldn't like to repeat on a, you know, on a regular basis. Let's just say. I'm sorry, I've just gonna have to get a tissue. So yeah, you know, cats aren't known for you know, for obvious reasons. Some, as I say, even though Benny is the most, maybe he fell asleep in the field and a cow crapped on him. No, we don't just something like, we don't do out like that, Joe. For one, we have bought them catnip before, but they don't like it. So yeah. But some, as I say, I don't know I don't know how we come about it, but it smelt like he'd been rolling in it. Let's just say. I thought at first, when he first come in, I thought it was just mud. But then, you know, when he actually came in, and I kept saying, that's not mud. It smells like car crap. You know what I mean? So it were out of necessity. Let's just say that we ended up having to give him a bath. But I wouldn't do it on a regular basis. For one,
lifetime.
eh?
Once every lifetime.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they're always licking and cleaning themselves anyway. So, but you know, well, put it this way. Obviously, he didn't enjoy it because he never come back covered in it again. So it's probably his thought path was probably, you know, last time I went and rolled in it, you know, they give me a bath, and I'm not wanting that again in a hurry. So he probably learnt his lesson first time. So you know, but it's like us, you know, you get caked in sludge, you have a bath. So I think they know now that if they go rolling in car dung, that they go straight in bath. So, and it's not something that they look forward to. So, but you know, it's there's not many fields around here anyway. So, you know, I mean, I don't think that sort of would occur again, do you?
No.
So
around here, were it?
No, it weren't round here. I think it was in Yarmouth again. So as everybody knows, like Yarmouth and whatever, it's very rural, let's just say. It isn't his spot, it's Benny's spot. He just keeps nicking it. It's all right. Chris bought, you know, the drawers that I got for my cookery stuff, my baking stuff. They're in the way in the kitchen, and we've got no way, because I've got like a freezer, tumble dryer, and a fridge freezer, as well as the washing machine and cooker and whatever. So there's not actually any room for the you know, the drawers that he got me. So Chris says, I'll tell you what, he says, I'll bring them in here. So it's a turf war is going on at the moment, because Benny started sleeping on top of them first, but every opportunity he gets now, Tucker pushes him out, and you know, it's I think the fight for dominance, let's just say. So at the moment, Benny's winning this fight for dominance because he's there on top of me drawers. Well, that sounds good, doesn't it? He's lay on me drawers. Wakey says, Chris is messing with your drawers again. Report him to Crossdressers Anonymous. Wakey.
I'm trying to get in there.
He's just saying, come here, bring it here. It's all right, you couldn't make this up. Chris has got comb on Tucker. Nah, and he's putting his paw on his hand, putting his hand down, and then he's biting things. Probably ain't got the patience for it. So but yeah, so there's a bit of a turf war going on again, because Benny's on top of the drawers, and it's, you know, as soon as Benny goes out, Tucker's there like a flash on top, and you know, it says something Chris needs to tell us. Let me just spin camera around. He's trying to, he's biting him now. Look, he's combing him. Look. Oh dear. And there's Benny on top of my drawers. I've just turned it round a little bit so you can see
Oh, what's this? I'll put it onto Benny.
Benny's on top of the drawers. Look,
He's not bothered, Benny.
he couldn't give a monkey's, our Benny. He likes it. See, Benny is one of these cats. He's very placid. He'll let you do anything within reason, and it's because you're brushing Benny. So yeah, so that's sort of the life in the Pickering cat household. They're fighting for dominance over who's going to lay on top of me baking drawers. And now Chris is letting Chris brush him because he went to give. Well, you see, Benny is sort of, he'll come on you, he'll let you brush him, but he soon lets you know when he's had enough, because that he gets down and that's it. You know, I've had enough, sort of thing. Lucy, same as I say, Chris brushes her when she gets on her knee, and she likes it that much. Sort of, she lays there and front paws out like this, and it's going like this because she's enjoying it that much. But Tucker's a bit of a funny one. It's got to be on his terms and when he wants you to brush him, and that's what I say. We tried to brush him before, and he'd got his paw going like that on Chris's hand, and he were biting comb. So I think that was more or less he was saying, you know, not now, Dad. But because he's been brushing Benny, he's thinking, oh, well, you know, if I don't let him brush me, he'll brush Benny anyway. So yeah, that's. Is he biting your nose? Uh-oh.
In a I love you type of way.
Oh, he's obsessed with Chris, that Tucker is.
I'm kidding, are you? Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, same as I said, the things we do for his pets. You know what I mean? Brushing them. Oh, he got hair up your nose.
I should push snot.
The
snot up my nose.
Oh dear. So as I say, Benny, he's one of these that couldn't give a rat's arse. You know what I mean? You could sort of put clothes on him and boots and all sorts, Benny, and he won't batter an eyelid. You know what I mean? Very, very placid. But Lucy's one that's very highly strung, and you know what I mean? She's a bit of a diva, is Lucy. So flying jock strap.
That's looking.
Yeah, it is. Oh dear me. I know. But you know, into summer when I mean, I always say I think our Tucker should have been a dog because he follows Chris everywhere, even to laugh. You know, I thought it were only dogs that followed you, but
a dog in his previous life.
Yeah, he probably were a dog in his previous life. Dad's going to get you a lead and whatever tomorrow, Tucker.
I'll throw a ball and see if you fetch it.
But so right, question, guys: what has everybody got planned for the weekend?
Tomorrow morning.
Are you? Well, I thought you said he hadn't got back to you.
Yeah, I'm going on my
own. We've got visitors coming. Little Amelia and Joy and Laura. They're coming. That's why I've done the cheesecake today, because I probably not have time to do it tomorrow. So yeah. And then Chris is watching the football. Hey, up, Benny's got off and Tucker's got back on now. Yeah, probably not. So yeah, so same as I say, that's another one of the reasons why I did the cheesecake today, because Joy, Amelia, and Laura's coming. Then Chris is going to be watching the football, so I didn't want to sort of leave it too late, so that's why I've made it today. We normally stay at home on a Sunday because we have a Sunday dinner. We've got chicken this week.
There's your answer for the ball.
So it's usually like a chill out day for us, you know. We have a Sunday dinner, you know. Last week I made jam roly-poly. I sort of used a different method and it come out perfect. Oh, pardon me. So I always say, you know, why go out and buy a pudding when I can make one? So I always like to make one. If sort of, obviously, if we're going away for a weekend or we're going away till Sunday and I don't have time to make a pudding, that's about the only time when we buy one. So, but you know, it's the creative, you know, baker in me. You know, I always like to, you know, hear them say, "Oh, this is lovely." You know, you've outdone yourself this time. Blah blah blah. Knowing that I've made it and it's not a shop bought one, if you know what I mean. But then like, let's say you're buying a cheesecake from Asda, they're only the little ones, and you like get a little portion. Well, with this one, it's a big one. It's a big one, like, you know, it's a big one. It'll probably last us all week. So yeah, you know, I keep saying that I'm going to get Callum helping me, but he's too busy, you know, playing on his Xbox in his bedroom and on his laptop and on his phone, and you know. But anyway, when I make some more scones, I might get Callum to help me. He can help me make some more scones. So I'm actually gonna try and get Chris.
I help eating them.
You know, I keep saying that I'm gonna video Chris baking, because it's not very often he does bake. Last time he baked were above a year ago when he made Callum's birthday cake. So you know, that's sort of the last time he baked. And I keep saying to him, you know, it's easier than what you think, really. You know, it's easier than what you think. If I pick you a simple, let's say, a muffin recipe or a cupcake recipe, you know, they're easy enough to make. While I think about it, on that front, I have been asked to do another collaboration, and it's a special, like, Valentine's collaboration. So I'm going to be making Valentine's red velvet cupcakes. That's my recipe, what I'm going to, you know, on my part of the collaboration, because she did message me and say, well, vanilla cupcakes is already taken, chocolate cupcakes is already taken. And I asked this to her, I says, well, I'd like to do red velvet Valentine's cupcakes. So she says, right, I'll write it down that that's what you're doing. So it's basically a red velvet cupcake, buttercream icing, and it's got like a miniature Rolo on top. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find like some, I've been sort of looking on these hobbycraft websites to see if I can sort of also get like some decorative hearts. So as well as the Rolo, it's going to have these like edible decorative heart on it. So that's sort of going to be my input for the collaboration that I'm doing. I'm making red velvet cupcakes. So hiya, George. You're up late. But yeah, so that's my thing that I'm doing for this collaboration that I'm doing, red velvet cupcakes. I would show you. Let me just see if I can find the recipe. Let me just see if I can find it for you. I've got to turn what's it? Enter brightness down in order to show people display brightness. I have to turn the brightness right down in order for to show you a picture. I'll find them in a minute. Yeah, found it. So they the cupcakes that I'm making as part of the collaboration. I know it's not a school night, George's. That is what I'm making. You see the Rolo on top, but I'm just going to add my little take on it, and I'm going to get some edible, either marshmallows or edible hearts for the top. So there you go. That is my input on the collaboration that I'm doing. So there you go. That's my recipe that I'm using for the collaboration that I'm doing. I'm looking forward to it, if I'm honest. You know, I've never done a collaboration before, so basically she's going to get in touch with me. You know, when we need to film, it needs to be filmed by and uploaded, and obviously as I can upload it to my own channel, obviously, but I don't know what it entails, to be quite honest with you. It's all gone pixelated again.
All right, come here. No Wi-Fi.
I don't know whether she's gonna do it as a, you know, everybody that's involved, upload it to her channel and, you know, show everybody's input or whatever. I don't know how it works. I don't know how these collaboration things work, or whether I just upload it to my channel and say this is part of a collaboration, you know, and name it a channel that's doing the collaboration. I don't know. Some, as I say, I've never done a collaboration before, so I don't know what it entails, but I'm quite looking forward to it. Sorry, while I have a drink. So yeah, first time doing a collaboration. She says she's going to message me with all the details and everything as to, you know, when it's got to be uploaded for, etc. So we'll see. We'll see, you know, what happens, and I'll keep you updated on it. So, you know, quite excited to do it. So are you off at with the magnet over the weekend, George? Or are you having a rest, or you know, anybody else apart from Mum Jad, you know, going shopping at the weekend? Same as I say, Chris is watching the football, so everything stops for Well, about 2 hours
Yeah.
while the football's on.
Okay.
I might actually make some more scones while you're watching football.
I'm sure it's going to last 90 minutes.
So, yeah. Are you going locally or are you going a bit further afield? George, are you, I like to know, whether you're doing your own thing, locally, or are you going a bit further afield, or are you meeting up with the magnet fishers, or, I'm nosy in that respect. But we get in the whirling dervish for a few hours tomorrow. Oh, she's at that age, she's nearly 2, and boy, she's into everything. And as you know, I mean, Callum has been a little, should probably be in them drawers tomorrow. I bet you better stick them down. She's into everything, picking things up, and you've seen we're not exactly child friendly because we haven't had to be child friendly for quite a while, but but it's like, if it's not nailed down, she'll pick it up. Bless her, she's a lovely, she's a lovely little girl, but she ain't off. She never sits still for 2 minutes. And it's like, no disrespect, but we breathe a sigh of relief when she's gone, because think, oh God, it's that long since we've had a toddler about that we're thinking, oh God, thank God for that. You know what I mean? I love her to bits, but I like them that you can give back. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, Chris did like a little short video like last time she visited, and he says when the tornado came to visit. But yeah, she's like walking and everything now. So she goes to patio doors and she's trying to unlock patio doors, and picking things up, and well, just I'm gonna make you laugh, but all cats go out for 2 hours when Amelia comes. Either that or Lucy lied somewhere. Oh dear, I've never known. Well, I have, but I've never known. She don't sit still for 2 minutes. And it's like last time I came, I got a glass of juice, and she was wanting me to give this juice, even though her mum had bought juice with her. Because it were mine, I think she thought it tasted better. You know what I mean? And because it were in a glass, it's something out the norm. She's like, drinks out of one of these sippy cups, and because it were a glass, she wanted mine. And it's like, I always make sure I've got some cake or something in. She's like a human dustbin. You know what I mean? I don't know. She's only little, but I don't know where she puts it all. You know what I mean? For a little girl, she don't half pack it away. I mean, because I think they've been to McDonald's or something last time they come, and she bought porridge oats, chicken nuggets, and something else, and she ate the lot. You know what I mean? I've never known a kid put so much food away that what she does, and never, honestly, I've never seen a kid eat so much food. I mean, Callum don't even eat as much as what she does, and he's 17 years old. Yeah, and then she's wanting everybody else's. So, but yeah, she's I think she's under the world, you know what I mean? Because she's, you know, she's into everything. She eats more than, you know, us three put together. But she burns all that energy off, you know what I mean? I says to Joy, you know, I says, I bet when any money, I like Nans. I says to Chris when after she'd gone last time, because I think Joy has her, I don't know, it's Friday night or Saturday night she has her. And I says, you know, a kid with that much energy, you can imagine he gets to about 7 o'clock, she just crashes and burns, you know what I mean? You know, because she's got that much energy about her, you know what I mean? But yeah, the kids are like nowadays are then sort that you can give back, you know. Oh God, you know, I won't like to start again, put it that way. I don't think I could cope. So it's a case of you know, I've done my bit for society. I've had my fill of having kids and whatever, and you know, let somebody else take the reins, and you know, nighttime feeds and pooping nappies and you know what I mean? It's I couldn't be coping with it nowadays, you know what I mean? But I says to Chris, I says, you do realise, I says, but by the time Callum has any kids, I says, we'll be pensioners. You know what I mean? And we've got all this to come when Callum has any pooping nappies. You know what I mean? We've got all this to come when Callum eventually has kids. You know, and you know, and let's face it, we'll be, you know, Zimmer framed pensioners by the time Callum has any kids. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking forward to it, honestly. So you know what I mean? But your grandkids is your grandkids, aren't they? Okay, then, Amjad, thank you for coming in, and I appreciate you coming in, and I'll see you on Monday. Monday. Good night, Amjad, and I'll see you on Monday. Callum is pregnant. I hope not. We'd be earning millions now, Wakey, if we were. So yeah. But you know, I mean, that's only time we'll be having any kids in, you know, or young kids in our house is when Callum has his. You know what I mean? It's but I'm not looking forward to it, I must admit. I put my hands up in air and say I'm not looking forward to it, because I'm not.
No, we're not be having weekends, as I said.
You know, I mean, I'd say, same as I say, I'm 58 this year. I'm too old for it now. You know, so if let's say he don't have kids for another 5-10 years, you know, I'm going to be Zimmer. It's going to be Zimmer frame time. I don't know about grandkids time. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm not relishing the fact, unless he decides not to have any kids. I mean, stick your little fingers all over Pixie's drone and camera.
Well, the fingers will be getting chopped off.
Well, I mean, it's a case of when they're your grandchildren, you put all stuff that's any danger or that you don't want them getting into, you put it away somewhere, don't you? But it's not one of them situations where you can say, oh, well, you're not bringing them round. You know, I mean, when all's said and done, they're your grandkids, if you know what I mean. You know, it's just a case of, at the moment, I'm glad it's only Amelia, and after a couple of hours, she goes home, if you know what I mean. You know, it's just a case of, you know, they're all right in small doses, but you know, the good thing about it is you give them back afterwards. You know what I mean? I mean, well, let's just say, like, I was 40 when I had Callum, and I thought that were old. You know what I mean? And Chris phoned ambulance when I went into labour, and you know, like how they've got like a ramp at back, they didn't. They opened side door and expected me to cock my leg into ambulance. And then we sat in ambulance, and he went, date of birth, and I told him, and he went, that makes you 40, don't it? Don't you think you're a bit old for this? I turned round and I says, you know, if I went in labour, I said, you'd be on deck by now. So yeah, so he, you know, that told him. So you know, I did have, obviously for obvious reasons, because I were married before and I didn't meet Chris till, some as I say, till I was 39. So and Chris had not got no kids, and he always said that he wanted, you know, children. So I says, well, you know, if you wanted kids, we better get a crack on, like, you know, because I'm not getting any younger. So so basically, Callum was born when I was 40. Oh dear. It says, my cousin's lad found out the hard way about being nosy. Pulled apart side his house on the motorbike, and his 5-year-old put both hands on the exhaust pipe. Ouch. Ouch. But it's, some as I say, that's probably, you know, as I'm saying, next thing would be when Callum, you know, meets somebody and, you know, whatever, and that's a way off at the moment. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen just yet, but you know, we'll see what happens. But no, I'm too old for youngsters and, you know, dirty nappies and feeds and whatever. You know, I'm past all that now. So you know, it's not going to happen anytime soon, let's just say. I've been going over 2 hours now. So so yeah, so there you go. So well, what I'm going to do, guys, is I've been going on over 2 hours, so I'm going to shut it down, and I will see you on Monday. It's all going funny again. So I'll shut it down, and I'll see you all on Monday. And thank you for coming in, everyone. And I'll see you on the next one on Monday night. Bye.